Come in.
Good afternoon, respected board members.
Take yours.
Thank you, sir.
Deepak.
Yes, sir.
Deepak, where is Bharthal in southwest Delhi?
Sir, Bharthal is at the Dwarka Sector 26. It is near Dwarka Sector 21 metro station, and recently Yashobhumi metro station have been opened. So it is 300 meter from that metro station, sir.
Okay. You have taken Sanskrit as your option. Any special reason for doing that?
Sir, the reason for taking Sanskrit is from the initially I have studied Sanskrit till 8th class. So initially I scored very good marks in Sanskrit, and I get some interest in the readings of Ramayana, Mahabharata. But thereafter, sir, when I look at the list of optional subjects, so then I saw that that Sanskrit is a scoring subject, and I have done. So I asked one of my mentors that whether I can take it or not. So he convinced me that yes, Sanskrit is a very good scoring optional, and also the subject is limited. So that's why, sir, I have taken the Sanskrit.
So did you? How did you learn the course?
Sir, initial grammar I learned till because I have studied it till 8th class. After that, sir, I took coaching from the professor who is in my village. He's a professor in DPS. So he used to teach me in the evenings when I was working in Airtel, sir. So at near about 1 year, I took the classes from him, and thereafter I started preparing myself, because once the grammar was done, the other part I was able to do myself, sir.
You appeared for 5 times.
Yes, sir. This is my 5th attempt.
You took Sanskrit all the time?
Yes, sir.
Every attempt?
Yes, sir. In every attempt, Sanskrit was my option.
Okay. Now, you have done information technology engineering.
Yes, sir.
From Netaji Subhash Institute.
Yes, sir.
That is also in Dwarka, I think.
Yes, sir. It is in Dwarka.
Okay. And you worked with Bharti Airtel.
Yes.
Does Bharti Airtel have a future with the kind of technology changes?
Sir, if you see the Bharti Airtel, the structure of Bharti Airtel, they have dedicated research and technology lab we called as X Labs. And the Bharti Airtel not only works in the telecommunication sector, rather it has various diverse fields of working. We see if the Wink music was there, and if we see the...
they were into real estate also?
I'm not sure about it, sir.
Okay. Carry on.
So if we see the future aspect of the Bharti Airtel, we see that recently the quality of service given by Airtel, Bharti Airtel, it is very good, sir. And apart from India, it is also spreading its businesses in Africa. Various projects are going in Africa, and it is under expansion only. I would say Airtel Africa, sir. So I see that Bharti Airtel is a very good future, sir.
Okay. Why did you leave the job there? You paid quite well.
Sir, I left the job of Bharti Airtel to pursue for the UPSC, Union Public Service Commission exam. So that's why
you left in 20. So after that, you've been preparing for these exams.
Yes, sir. I've been preparing for the UPSC.
Why do you want to join the civil services?
Sir, since one of my, sir, when I entered into NSIT, at that year, 2014, one of my senior alumni, Ira Singhal, topped the exam. So we had a session of Ira Singhal, and I was highly motivated from her, sir.
Who is this?
Sir, Ira Singhal scored first rank. She was the first rank who was person with disability to secure the rank 1 in 2014. Sir, and thereafter, sir, when I learn about that UPSC exam and the role of IAS, IPS exam, and I got to learn that the impact created by the civil services, they act as a catalyst of socio-economic change. Apart from that, sir, they worked at every point. from taking grassroots level to the highest decision making and policy making level. So
Do you read the Hindu?
today's
Have you read
yes
today's
sir.
Hindu?
Yes sir.
Have you read the editorial page?
Yes sir.
Steel frame
Yes sir.
and the criticism of IAS,
Yes sir.
how it has become corrupt, how it needs reforms.
Yes sir.
If you've read that,
Yes sir.
you still want to appear for the interview.
Sir, the article which I read today definitely pointed out some certain issues that it is generalistic in nature, or we see that the rigidity of the civil services. But sir, at the same time, after these issues have been raised by the author, there was another point that yet the civil services are the backbone of the country, and they have hold very good till now. If we see many aspects. And the suggestions given by the article was in a positive sense, I would say. Yes, sir. Despite reading the article,
I found it quite a severe criticism of the IAS. But since you are so keen to join, maybe you read the good points about it.
sir, I read both the negative points and positive points. And since the author also suggested that these are the suggestions which can create the change in the whatever the issues are there in the services. So
Okay, good. You read the article and today's newspaper. You're from Delhi.
yes, sir.
What are the major problems Delhi is facing?
Sir, the problems which Delhi faces, if we see at the political front, there is a tussle between the Lieutenant Governor and Delhi government. So, due to which the projects and in various fields, we see that people usually suffer. And on the socio-economic aspect, I would say, sir, that the crime in Delhi has on a rise. And third, I would say, sir, that the issue of groundwater or environmental pollution, we see that the air quality index, usually from December, we see that graded response action plan, stage 4 is in there, and the air quality is not livable. Fifth, I will say, sir, the traffic jam in Delhi, which not only causes the pollution, but it also creates the lack in efficiency of labor and long time in taking the people to home from home to job offices, sir.
If you have a choice,
Yes, sir.
would you become the CM of Delhi or the LG? And whichever you choose, what will you do for at least two of the problems you raised?
Sir, first I have to choose that which one I have
Yes.
to. Okay.
Yes, and why?
Sir, since the police is under police, public order, and land is under the LG, central government, the representative of central government. So my first issue would be, sir, the crime issue in Delhi.
So you would become the LG.
Sir, it is a quite complex scenario for me, sir, to think. But I think I would become, sir. Anyone I become, sir, without the cooperation of another, the solutions cannot be done, sir. I think the cooperation of both are needed. But still,
Well,
I
you
will.
can't get both the chairs. You'll have to choose one.
Sir, then still, if I have to choose one only, then I will choose the sir CM
Hypothetical
of
question.
Delhi. CM of Delhi, sir.
CM.
Yes, sir.
And what will you do for these problems?
And sir, the problems which I have raised, then among them, I will, sir, bring out the cooperative federalism principle and the Supreme Court's 2018 guideline regarding the government of NCT versus LG issues there, whatever had been raised. And I will be engaged in a collaborative system of governance with the LG, sir, and work on all the fronts, including the environment first, especially in the winters, and second, sir, the crime issue. Third, sir, my priority would also be the health system of Delhi. There was some tussle regarding the schemes, so that will also be one of the priorities, sir.
Indians have been remitting a lot of money from outside.
Yes, sir.
Those who have gone abroad to work, foreign countries.
Yes, sir.
It is the highest in the world,
Yes, sir.
$129 billion.
Yes, sir.
Mexico is far behind. What are the implications of this? Is it true that we don't have jobs here, so people are outside?
Sir, I see it that it is impacting in a positive sense. In a positive sense, since remittances which are given back to India, sir, they help the families of the laborers who go. They help those families, and at the same time, if we see that they also create some sort of investment in our economy. So I would say, sir, that remittances overall, in a broad aspect, they create a positive sense in the economy.
Okay. It's good for the economy.
Yes, sir, it is good for the economy.
Okay. What do you understand by de-risking, and in what context this term is being used?
De-risking.
Yes.
Sorry, sir, I haven't heard of it.
Decoupling.
Decoupling. Sorry, sir, I can't remember. I have heard decoupling, but I can't remember it right now. I need to go back and look.
Okay. What are your hobbies?
Sir, my hobbies include the watching wrestling and UFC.
What is UFC?
Sir, UFC is basically the ultimate fighting championship, which features the event of MMA, mixed martial arts.
You just watch wrestling. You don't yourself go into the wrestling field. No.
Sir, I myself have scored second rank in Delhi State Championship under 19. But thereafter, sir, in the UPSC preparation, I didn't get that much time to play wrestling, and since I don't work out frequently, so there are chances of an injury. So I watch it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Thank you.
So Sanskrit has been limited to logos, to the taglines of organizations.
Ma'am, since Sanskrit has a vast knowledge system, so yes, any organization will go for the best practice it has to suit as its motto. So that is one aspect, ma'am. But since Sanskrit, now it is in our hands that whether the language can die or not. Since we have a dedicated...
How do we make Sanskrit more relevant today? The reason why there are less speakers and less learners is because they do not find Sanskrit relevant anymore. How do we change this? How do we promote Sanskrit?
Ma'am, the main reason that Sanskrit is on a decline phase, I would say, that is because it is often seen as a very tough language. And people say that the study which is taught in the schools, it is like translating Sanskrit and then teaching in English or Hindi language, which itself creates a very negative image in the students or in the speakers. So, if you want to revive the Sanskrit or promote the Sanskrit, ma'am, I would have 4 to 5 priorities areas, which include that first, there are certain Gurukuls today also. The villages like in Madhya Pradesh, Jheri village, or if we see the Matur village of Karnataka, they are willing to speak Sanskrit, but we cannot deny with the fact that Sanskrit is on a decline. And if promotions are not being done, then it may decline. And second, ma'am, I would say that national education policy which government have brought, it includes that Sanskrit should taught be in a Sanskrit way and in an easy way, not by a means of translation. Third, ma'am, I would say that the news channels like All India Radio, they have a very limited impact. In fact, they stream the Sanskrit, but we don't know the timing that at what time Sanskrit
Awareness is not there.
Yes, ma'am. Awareness, these factors are not there. And also the technological aspect, I would say. The translations, for example, in Hindi, we need to go just search and translate. But that is not available in Sanskrit literature or language, ma'am. So,
your father's profession is as a para sports person.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the problems or challenges being faced by para people?
Ma'am, if we see the challenges faced by them, there is a sense, on a social front, we see that there is a sense of pity in people towards the disabled people. And there is not an acceptance of the people have a pity towards them. This is a stereotyping which our society has towards them. Second, ma'am, I would say that the targeting of schemes and the lack of administration the gap in administration between the services and the disabled people is still there. Third, ma'am, I would say that economically, if we see the unemployment rate among the disabled person, it is very high as compared to normal people. So there have to be the employment opportunities for them. And so these are some.
Can you suggest some policy changes which provide for employment of disabled? How would you change?
Ma'am, if you see the right of Person with Disabilities Act 2016, it was amended and it has 5% higher education reservation and 4% in government education institutions. But despite that, we see that the vacancies go vacant. They are not filled. So in this aspect, I would bring out the Madrid model, which figure out the disabled register of citizens, and they ensure that each or every disabled person have a particular job according to their capability. So that model I would like to prefer, ma'am.
Okay. Are you aware of any CSR programs by banks or companies for the disabled?
Ma'am, I remember one of the Tata Trust. They work for the people with disabilities, who are suffering with disabilities. So I remember only one.
Zomato has a very big
sorry,
sustainability. Ma'am. They have disabled drivers.
Indeed,
now.
ma'am. Zomato, yes.
Okay. Now, you graduated from NSIT in 2019.
Yes, ma'am.
And worked for a year and a half with Bharti Airtel.
Yes, ma'am.
So don't you feel that thanks to all the competitive exams and these government exams, the demographic dividend of India is being wasted?
Ma'am, since we cannot deny the fact that the competition is very high in these exams. But ma'am, for I would say that rather the demographic dividend which we are facing from 2018 to 2055, I won't say that it is being wasted. That whatever the workforce which has been consumed in government exams and the students who are not able to qualify it, they are doing great in other fields also. So I would not say, ma'am, that by coming in government exam preparation, that
your home state is Haryana.
Yes,
whereas you've not chosen Haryana, so you don't want to be selected in your home state.
Ma'am, I had both options that to go for Haryana or like Delhi or Egmont cadre. Since ma'am, Egmont cadre is a very diverse cadre and provide more opportunities to me. It is more of a pan India. We get to work in all UTs. So that's why I have gone for the Egmont cadre.
Okay. And how come, Haryana, particularly Haryana is associated with wrestling. So what are the reasons that Haryana, especially the small state of Haryana, has this sport?
Ma'am, if you see on a broad sense, that Haryana tops the wrestling, but Maharashtra and UP, they are very good. They have given medals, but they are not so popular as Haryana is popular. So the main reasons basically includes, ma'am, the grassroots tailor-made solutions which are present in Haryana. There are akhadas, ma'am, in a group of villages or particular villages. So they figure out the talent in a very early age. So and if you see the legacy of Haryana, ma'am, the people from the rural backgrounds, they find the role models in their people only.
Such as any that you have?
Ma'am, Yogeshwar Dutt and Bajrang Punia, the Fogart sisters, ma'am, and recently Vinesh Fogart, ma'am.
Okay. One more question. That there were lots of protests by wrestlers.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What was the reason?
Ma'am, the wrestler protest was by the female wrestlers regarding the sexual harassment by the WFI president in his tenure.
And what is your opinion on that? How should this be resolved?
Ma'am, the wrestlers protested, and whatever I have studied, whatever the information I have till now, ma'am, there were some issues in that under the POCSO Act, there was no registration of FIR, and Supreme Court under Article 142 has to intervene to get the FIR done. So this was the major issue, ma'am, which I see that legally it is wrong, constitutionally also. Second, ma'am, if we see the WFI, the scenario which was present, ma'am, there was no constitution of internal complaints committee for a long. So this was the second issue, ma'am. And if we see the third, on overall perspective, ma'am, the case is in Supreme Court and it is still going, but ma'am, these two issues were open.
So the relevant legislation should be POXO or POSH?
Ma'am, in first, in the POXO, the act regarding the minors, the FIR was not done. And in second, the POSH act, the provision.
Okay. And one last thing, we were talking about air quality.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Why is this stubble burning in Haryana? Stubble burning is one of the main causes.
Yes, ma'am.
Because the weather was always like this, but it's the stubble burning. So why?
Ma'am, stubble burning causes 32 to 33% of the air pollution in months of November and December. The main reasons of stubble burning includes that when farmers cut the rice husk and they, in the next cycle, they have to sow the wheat. So they get very less time to deal with the stuff, ma'am. So the best option suited for them is to burn the rice husk. And second, ma'am, I would say that since government has introduced various the happy seeder, or we see Pusa fertilizer, they are used by rich farmers only, not by all the farmers.
But happy seeders are available on rent.
Ma'am, they are available on rent. I am aware. I read somewhere. But ma'am, since the ground at grassroots, people are not aware about such things, and they are available only in certain cities, not throughout the Haryana or Punjab, ma'am.
Okay.
So these are the major issues.
Thank you.
Deepak.
Yes, sir.
Deepak, you have your optional as Sanskrit language, right?
Yes, sir.
Who has been the most influential character from Mahabharata for you?
For me, sir. Sir, for me, Sri Krishna has been the most influential.
Okay, any two learnings you would like to highlight? Or how his values have shaped your opinions?
Sir, if we see the Gita, the teachings of Gita from the Mahabharata, and whenever the Arjuna was Kim Kartavya Vimud, he was in dilemma. So at that time, what Sri Krishna tells about that it is your duty. So one has to be very loyal to the duty, and he should not be distracted. So that is the one thing, sir, that duty should be the first priority.
Okay,
and second, sir, I would say that we should not be worrying about the results when we do our duty. So second thing, sir, the
Nishkam Karam.
Nishkam Karam, sir, basically.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We were talking about wrestling.
Yes, sir.
So for any sport, we need sportsmanship.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And do you think that the qualities, whatever we follow in sportsmanship, is applicable in civil services also?
Sir, values of sportsmanship per se?
Yes.
Yes, sir. I would say yes, they are required.
Why?
Sir, if you see that sportsmanship, there are up and lows in the wrestling or any sports. And at that time, the perseverance or hard work that is needed by sportsmen to overcome or to achieve the goals. I see the similar scenario in civil services also, sir. That we will definitely going to face a lots of challenges. And at that time, we need to be very hardworking, and we need to show our perseverance. So this is one aspect that we.
All right.
Yes, sir. And second, sir, I would say that sports show us that how to win with humility and lose in grace. So that thing also, sir, whatever I have learned, that people need to be very empathetic towards the society, since India is a very diverse society, and we need to deal with the very poor people or people from various backgrounds. So the civil servants need to be very empathic towards them. So this is the second thing I need to.
Okay, all right. If I make you the sports secretary,
Okay, sir.
what 3 big bang reforms would you like to bring along for sports?
Sir, if I were to make a sports secretary, sir, then the main priorities which I would suggest, since India has a lot of population, but we have very less medals in the Olympics when we see.
Straightforward 3 reforms.
Okay, sir. Straightforward 3 reforms, sir. I would say first, the US model of university championships. Because
we are already having it.
Sir, we have, but we do not have that much spirit in universities per se. In universities, I am talking about, sir.
Spirit
within intra-universities, I am saying, sir. Within university?
Within university.
Within
okay.
university.
Okay, okay.
And sir,
Inter
second,
colleges.
in colleges, sir. And third, sir, second, I would bring that China model of tailor-made solutions regarding the various sports. We have a generalist tendency of all sports that one stadium should include all the sports. We don't have any particular sports, excluding Delhi, where we find all these things. So, second, I would be, sir, that we will figure out that there are particular places like Haryana is good in wrestling, and some other aspect have good in shooting, or like there are very
Telangana is good in this
athletics.
badminton.
If we see that there are good athletes from Karnataka. So second would be this one, sir. And third would be I would going to increase the sports expenditure, sir. Sports budget. If we compare the sports budget, China spend near about, sir, 1100 on one person of theirs, while as India spends very less, sir, near about 3.5 rupees only. So second would be the increase in the sports budget, sir.
All right, okay. You are from Delhi.
Yes, sir.
And you have worked in Gurgaon for 1.5 years also.
Yes, sir.
Give me two comparisons for urban planning. What is there in Delhi? What should be taken to Gurgaon also? And what is there in Gurgaon which should be brought to Delhi also?
Sir, if we urban planning is concerned, the first I would say that the DLF scenario, if we see the DLF planning, that would have to be brought in Delhi.
What exactly are you talking about? What
sir,
scenario?
Sir, DLF infrastructure I am talking about.
Okay.
That,
Anything specific with that?
sir, the corporate buildings we see it is a self-sustained city that all kind of offices are present near about itself.
Okay, we need to create a job hub.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Basically for the industry sector I'm talking about, sir, IT sector in this. And second, sir, the main thing which I would take from Delhi to Gurgaon, since I live in proximity to sir, Dwarka. So Dwarka's planning is very good if we compare it with the mainstream various sectors of Gurgaon. So I would like to take Dwarka's DDA mapping plan to Gurgaon. And
what is special about it?
sir, if you see the traffic jams in Dwarka are comparatively quite less as compared to other parts of the city. And the greenery and the parks present in Dwarka, they are quite good, sir.
All right. Okay, Deepak. Thank you. Sir.
Okay. Is Sanskrit a classical language?
Yes, sir. Sanskrit is a classical language.
What is the criteria to designate any language as a classical language?
Sir, there are four criteria. First is that the language should have a history of 1500 to 2000 years. Second, sir, apart from the epigraphical and inscription sources, there should be prose literature written into that language. And third, sir, is that it should have its own wisdom. It should not borrow anything from the other languages, or if it has borrowed, it should have a speciality. Sir,
They have tweaked this recently.
Sorry, sir.
I think they have changed this recently, the criteria you're talking about.
Sir, I need to go and remember. I actually first two criteria I'm sure, but third and fourth I can't remember, sir. I'm confused, sir.
Okay. What was the theme of Swapna Vasavdatta? Theme and hero.
Swapna. Okay. Sir, the theme
Who
of
has written Swapna Vasavdatta?
Bhas.
Bhas.
Mahavi Bhas, sir. The theme of Swapna Vasavdattam is, sir, basically revolves around the romance of King Udayan and Vasavdatta, sir. And the plot was that basically to win his empire, the Yogandhara, whose minister was there, he need to change his wife and he need to hide her so that the king can marry the Padmavati, who was the daughter of Mahasen. I'm not sorry, sir, not Mahasen. She was the daughter of another great kingdom. I forgot the name of the kingdom. So the use of marriage in diplomacy was the main aim, but consequently the king found out that Vasavdatta is alive and there was a romance in the love story, sir.
Okay. There is a sukti, Sanskrit sukti,
Okay, sir.
Shathe Shathyam Samacharit.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of this sukti?
I am aware of
What is the meaning?
Sir, Shathe Satyam Samachret is the Sukti from Nashad Charitam of Shri Harsha, and it is that to deal with cruel people, we need to show some iron hand policy. So that
Okay.
means.
So apply this sukti in current international perspective.
Sir, if we take the example from India itself, so the surgical strikes or hot pursuit we followed to deal with the Pakistan, I would say that was a fine example of Shathe Satyam Samachret.
But as far as India is concerned, we are following the policy of, we are not supposed to, we are following the Panchsheel principle or Gujarat doctrine.
Yes, sir.
So we need not to intervene in the affairs of our neighbors. So
Yes, sir.
how would this justify?
Sir, if you see that initially the foreign policy of India was idealistic. It followed the principles indeed. But sir, we today also we follow those principles. But since we also prioritize our national interest, and and also sir, when India took surgical strikes and hot pursuit, they were in the, I think, sir, LOC region. So at that, and India considered it as an integral part of our country. So on those points, I think it is justified, sir.
Okay, my last question is, as far as teacher of Urdu is concerned,
Okay,
it has got more prominence in comparison to Sanskrit. Can you tell me the reasons? For an example, in Uttar Pradesh also, another official language is Urdu, not Sanskrit. Why Urdu is more popular in comparison to Sanskrit?
Sir, if you see the prestige of teachers is almost same, but if you see the aspect that Urdu is widely spoken among the vast population in our country. So this is the one of the reason that the famousness of Urdu is there, and still it is spoken by a vast dedicated speakers. And Sanskrit, if we see, sir, there are only 12 to 13 thousand people according to 2011 survey. That only those people speak Sanskrit. So this is the one of the reasons, sir, which I can think.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Deepak, don't you think you did well today?
Excluding one or two questions, sir, I think I did quite.
Oh, you spoke so well. You have a strong voice. You are a smart person. And you did well today.
Thank
I
you,
don't
sir.
know what to advise you. If you continue like this, when is your interview?
Sir, on 10th of January.
It's not too far.
Yes, sir.
You should do well. Just brush up, revise everything again and again. You read today's papers
Yes, sir.
and read the whole editorial.
Yes, sir.
So, good. Should do well.
Thank you.
Deepak, as sir said, good voice, good presence of mind is very good. When sir asked for Chief Minister versus LG question, so you answered very positively. But also, I think in your effort to put your hands on your knees, you're also hunching a little. You might want to sit straight.
Okay.
Take advantage of your height.
Okay.
You have good personality, so that you sit straight
Sure.
and it comes across really nicely.
It was uncomfortable.
Yes,
I felt it
you're
sometimes
hunching
in
a
the interview.
little.
Yes,
So, because see, you have a very strong voice, good personality, height, it will just come across even more better.
Okay.
Otherwise, everything was good.
Okay, I'll take care of this.
All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Deepak, I think things are coming out quite well for you. It was a good interview. You did well. In your voice quality is good, impactful. But at the same time, I would want you to slow down.
Okay, sir.
In that speed of thing and being prompt and active and confident sounding that I should be quick, you are losing out that confidence, and there are a lot of breaks in between. So
sir.
that is not a very good voice quality to hear. You have a very good voice already, but those breaks, that creates an irritation in the minds of in the ears of this listener.
Okay, sir.
So try to avoid that. Go slow. Give 1 or 2 seconds for the thoughts, then frame it and then answer. Even if you are very confident, you are prepared for that answer,
Okay, sir.
then go slow. Still give 1 or 2 seconds. You should appear that you are thoughtful rather than you are prepared well. Yes, you should not be using like okay. Now I remember what you were asking.
At that moment only I realized that I have.
Yes, so try to avoid these things. Otherwise, it's going well.
Okay, sir.
And in that LG CM question, you did a U-turn. Earlier, you were tilting towards LG, and then you suddenly became a CM. Then CM.
Thinking of a politically correct answer. This was a hypothetical question. Straight away decided what to do.
That requires time, which you didn't give yourself. So go slow for any such question, and for these questions you can only prepare for questions you are aware also. Go slow there also.
Okay, sir.
All right, it comes out well.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In some answers, I think you have given very long answers. Okay, so as far as the Sanskrit literature answers are, I asked about the theme of Sapnavasadatta and you narrated the entire story. Okay, so you can just try to give precise answer and very short answers. Otherwise, what will happen? More questions might arise. And if the person is, well known, I mean, he's an exponent of Sanskrit, then you might be in trouble.
Okay, sir.
Right? So try to give very short and crisp answers.
Throughout, Sanskrit answers were long because when I also asked,
Yeah, ma'am.
the Sanskrit answers were very long. I think you're very passionate about it. You wanted to speak about it, but it was very long for me also.
Okay.
Right? So maybe it's Sanskrit you would want to control there. All the best.
All the best.
You'll do well, I'm
Thank you,
sure.
sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.